Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well on this Friday evening or whenever you're watching. I'd like to say hello to the fine people in the ballpark right now. USMC Rebels, Kurt Berglund, Tabletop Sports Delaware, and Carl Kolchak. Alright, we have Game 5, Best of 7, Pine Tar Baseball, the Great Teams League. The 1967 Red Sox at home taking on the 75 Cincinnati Reds. The Reds lead the series 3-1. This is an elimination game. If the Reds win, they take the series. If the Red Sox win, we go back to Cincinnati. For the Cincinnati Reds, Pete Rose will lead things off. He'll play third base, followed by Ken Griffey Sr. out and right. Batting third, Joe Morgan at second base. The cleanup hitter doing the catching, Johnny Bench. Batting fifth in left field, George Foster. Tony Perez is at first. He'll bat sixth. Dan Dreesen is the designated hitter, batting seventh. Batting eighth, patrolling center field, Cesar Geronimo. And at short, batting ninth, Davey Concepcion. Trying to close out the 67 Red Sox. On the mound is Don Gullett. Gullett pitched in Game 1 and was victorious. Now Sparky Anderson goes to Gullett once again to close out Boston here in Fenway in Game 5. For the 1967 Red Sox, they pinned their hopes on Lee Stang as he'll be up on the bump. Their starting lineup, Mike Andrews at second base. He'll lead things off. Joe Foy mans the hot corner. He'll bat second. Batting third, Captain Carl Yastrzemski in left. Triple Crown winner in 1967. The Boomer, George Scott, is the cleanup hitter. He'll play first base. Rico Petrocelli bats fifth and will play short. Massachusetts' own Tony Canigliaro is in right, and he will bat sixth. Ken the Hawk Harrelson is the designated hitter, batting seventh. In center field, batting eighth, the switch-hitting Reggie Smith. And doing the catching, batting ninth, is Russ Gibson. Lee Stang on the mound for Boston can go 7 innings. He is a B pitching grade at home the first 2 times through the lineup, and then a C. For Don Gullett, he can go 7 innings. On the road, he is an A the first 2 times through the lineups. And then he's an A+. He actually gets stronger. So it's a good chance the Reds could close out the Red Sox here in Game 5. So Lee Stang on the mound, done with his warm-up tosses, and he'll face Pete Rose. Rose reaches safely against right-handed pitching, 0 through 40. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the first roll of the ball game. The pitch to Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, and that's going to be a 0-9. A 0-9. 5. Odd. Red. Okay, I'm right there. Been a little bit. 0-9 for Pete Rose. And that's going to be a single. So that is a single for Charlie Hustle to center. So Rose singles to center. A good start for the 75 Reds. Like to say hello to Tribes Fan 879 and Sports Time Machine. And hopefully Al Red Sox Fan will remember to change the score on the scoreboard. That'll bring up Ken Griffey Sr. Griffey reaches safely 0 through 39 against right-handed pitching. He's a lefty. Stang looking for the double play ball. The pitch to Ken Griffey Sr. And another good result. That's a 20, and that's divisible by 5. So a 20 is a single. But Stang is a B-grade pitcher, so a single and a B turns into a walk. But a runner's at first, so it's 2-0 count. So 2 balls, no strikes. Stang rocks and deals another time to Griffey. That's a leaner. That's a 5, and that's going to be a 57. So the 57 on the Griffey card. Ground ball to first. Runner at first. They get the lead runner, but they can't turn 2. So Rose is out. Griffey reaches on the fielder's choice, 3-6. 1 out, 1 on. So Rose is retired. And now bring up little Joe Morgan. Morgan, left-handed batter, reaches safely 0 through 45. Stang picks up the sign from Gibson. The pitch to Joe Morgan. 39 to Morgan. First base is occupied, so that's going to be a 2-0 count. 2 balls, no strikes. Stang does it again. He rocks and deals. A 2, and that's going to be a 40. And a 40. This time it is a base on balls. Did I miss that 2-9? Should have been a single, which would have been a walk. Yep, okay. So now another walk. Actually, the first walk, excuse me. So it's first and second. Not an auspicious start for Stang. First and second, 1 out. And here comes the cleanup hitter, Johnny Bench. Bench looking to give the Reds a big lead here, folks. Bench, righty-righty matchup, reaches safely 0 through 36. Stang takes a deep breath. Anxious moments here at Fenway. The pitch to Johnny Bench. That's a 6. That's going to be a 45. And a 45 is a swing and a miss. And so that's a strikeout. B pitcher. Strikeout. B pitcher stays a strikeout. So there's 2 down as we had to go to the pitching grade. 2 outs, 2 on. Reds hoping not to squander this opportunity. That will bring up George Foster. Speaks softly, carry a big boomstick. Griffey at second, Morgan at first, Foster at the plate. Right-handed batting left fielder reaches safely 0 through 36. Gibson wiggles the fingers, sets the target, the pitch to Silent George. That's a 5. That's going to be an 88. That's going to be a fielding check. 88. And that ball is hit out to left field. So let's see if Yastrzemski on the 88. He is a neutral fielder. He will make the running catch in the corner, and the side is retired. So the Reds threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the first. And due up for the Red Sox, it'll be Andrews, Foy, and Yastrzemski. So Lee Stang wiggles out of it to the delight of the Fenway faithful as Foster lines hard in the left field corner, but Yastrzemski makes an excellent running catch. So on the bump for the Reds is Don Gullett looking to close out this series. The Reds lead the series 3-1. This is Game 5. And here's Mike Andrews to face the lefty Don Gullett. Andrews reaches safely 0 through 35. Bench sets the target. The pitch to Mikey Andrews. That's going to be a 75. A 75. Ground ball to third. Charlie Hustle gobbles it up like a kid with candy. Fires to Perez. 1 down. Scoring at home 5-3. So Mike Andrews is retired. Here comes the Red Sox third baseman Joe Foy. Foy against lefties reaches safely 0 through 36. Here's the pitch from Gullett to Foy. And that's a 2, and that's a 71. And a 71, guess what? Rinse and repeat, ground ball to Rose. Rose fires to Perez, 2 down. So Pete Rose is pumped up as they're playing a little pepper with Pete Rose. 2 outs, base is empty for Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz reaches safely in a lefty-lefty matchup, 0 through 39. Triple Crown winner. Here's the pitch from Gullett to Yaz. That's a 6. That's going to be a 51. A 51. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Gullett quickly retires the Red Sox 1-2-3 to the joys of all Reds fans around the world. We're through one. We are scoreless here at Cincinnati. This is an elimination game, folks. Back up on the bump is Lee Stang. Stang will face Tony Perez, Dan Dreesen, and Cesar Geronimo. If anyone gets on, the smooth fielding shortstop Davey Concepcion. Kurt Berglund, how you doing, my friend? One of the team creators for Pine Tar Baseball. You have any questions, direct them to Kurt. Very kind of him to show up in the chat and watch the stream. Wonderful game, Pine Tar Baseball. So here's Tony Perez, right-handed batting first baseman, reaches safely against right-handed pitching 0 through 34. Gibson sets a target to pitch to Tony Perez, and that's going to be a 99. Holy boy, 99. It's no balk, no wild pitch, so we do it again. Here we go. We do it again. As Perez fouls the ball off. The windup and the pitch from Stang to Perez. That's a 1, so that's going to be a 54. That should close the tour on Tony Perez. Ground ball to first. Scott's up with it, takes it to the bag. And he retires his counterpart, Tony Perez. So that's a ground out to George the Boomer Scott. Ground out 3. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Dan Dreesen, left-handed batter. He reaches safely against right-handed pitching 0 through 39. Stang rocks and deals to Dreesen. Oh boy, we just moved the whole field because Al has fumble fingers. That is a 1, so that's going to be a 56. A 56. Ground ball to first. Rinse and repeat. This time Boomer though tosses to Stang covering the bag. And there are 2 down. So the Boomer's been a busy beaver at first. Kurt Berglund says he's doing well. We like to hear that. 2 out, space is empty for Cesar Geronimo, left-handed batting center fielder. Very speedy base runner. Reaches against righties 0 through 34. Stang looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch to Cesar Geronimo. That is a 4. That's a 65. A 65. Ground ball to second. Andrews up with it over to Scott. And 1-2-3 go the Reds. We go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in Fenway. The Reds lead the series 3-1. They're looking to close it out as they put Don Gullett, the Game 1 winner, on the mound here in Game 5. The Red Sox hopes are pinned on Lee Stang to send it back to Cincinnati 3-2. So here comes Scott, Petrocelli, and Canigliaro. If anyone gets on, the Hawk, Ken the Hawk Harrelson. Here comes the Boomer versus left-handed pitching. Reaches safely 0 through 37. He digs in that right-hander's batter's box. Johnny Bench sets the target. The pitch to Scott. That is a 1. That's a 33. What will it be? We shall see. 33 is a walk. First base is not occupied, so it is a walk. So Scott is the first Red Sox base runner as he draws a base on balls. Scott at first, and here comes Rico Petrocelli. Beatles eternally in the ballpark. Hope all is well. So here's Rico Petrocelli. 0 through 6 is a home run swing against left-handed pitching. And he reaches safely 0 through 35. Petrocelli awaits the Gullett offering. Reds hope to turn 2 up the middle with Morgan and Concepcion. Here's the pitch to Rico. Will it be suave? That's not going to be so suave. That's a 48. 48. Swing and a miss. So Petrocelli tried to jack it to Lansdowne Street, and that's a second K for Gullett. 1 out, 1 on for Massachusetts' favorite son, Tony Canigliaro. Canigliaro would not play in the World Series after a horrific beaming in early August. Against lefties, he reaches 0 through 29. Home run swings 0 through 3. Tony C. waiting to grip and rip. Gullett rocks and deals to Canigliaro. That is a 1. That is a 10 for Tony Canigliaro. Oh, it's a divisible, a 5 derivative, excuse me. So that Don Gullett's going to make up for that. So a 10 would be a double for Canigliaro, but Gullett, an A-grade pitcher, that's going to take that away, I believe. It might just be a single. So a double A-grade is a single. So Canigliaro singles. And on the 10, that is a single to center. And Scott is a moderate runner, even roll. Scott will go first to third. So Scott goes first to third. Ball hit to center. He goes first to third. And I don't think they can throw him out on that because it's only to throw out runners at the plate. So Scott goes first to third. The pitching grade takes the double away, which possibly could have scored Scott. Then they can give him an opportunity to throw him out at the plate. So Canigliaro singles, runners on the corners, 1 out. Red Sox looking to push the first runner across. And here comes Ken the Hawk Harrelson. Designated hitter, right-handed batter against left-handed pitching, 0 through 30. Can the Hawk give the Red Sox the lead here? They have to win to stay in. Gullett nods his head, bench sets the target to pitch to Ken Hawk Harrelson. That's a 4. That's going to be a 73. A 73 is a fly ball to right. This might score the boomer. So that's a fly ball to right. Making the catch is Griffey. It's a fly out to right. Scott's going to tag from third base. Fly ball to right, 65. We roll the red and white die. If it's 65 and under, he scores. If it's anything over, he holds unless it's a 77, 88, or 99. Here's the throw from Griffey to the plate. Scott tagging. It is a 68. He holds. So he does not, a good strong throw by Griffey. He cannot score. It's a 68. Bad result if you're a Red Sox fan.
Just come say hello.
Are you all set?
I'm all set.
Okay. So it's going to be 2 outs. Good strong throw as Griffey set himself up well coming in on the ball. He fires to the plate. So 2 outs, runners on the corners. It's up to Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith, switch hitter, batting righty against left-handed pitching, reaches 0 through 32. 2 outs, 2 on. Gullett's ready to work. He deals to Reggie Smith. That's a 1. That's going to be a 30. 2-0 count. First base is occupied. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bench wiggles the fingers. Gullett nods his head. Pitch homeward bound again to Reggie Smith. That is a 1. That's a 58. That should end the inning. 58, ground ball. Joe Morgan, he throws to Perez, and the Red Sox squander a golden opportunity as Smith is out 4-3. We are through 2 here in Fenway, and we are still scoreless. So the sac fly did not come through, and that's tough for the Red Sox. They've struggled to score runs in this series. Due up for the Reds in the top of the third, Concepcion, Rose, and Griffey to face Lee Stang. Again, this is Pine Tar Baseball. If you have any questions, please direct them to Kurt Berglund. He's in the chat. He's the creators of these fine teams, along with James Forno. Appachatter, how you doing? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. So here's Davey Concepcion. Concepcion, right-handed batting shortstop, reaches safely 0 through 32 against the right-handed pitching Lee Stang. Gibson sets the target to pitch a Davey Concepcion. That's a 5. That's a 0-3. A 0-3 is a double, so it is a lead-off double. It's not derivative of 5, so it's a leadoff double for Concepcion. And the Reds have something brewing right away here in the top of the third. A double for Davey. Gerald, how you doing? Hope all is well. Everyone say hello to Gerald. Now I'll bring up Pete Rose. Rose, 89 on the sacrifice, but I think he would swing away. I think Rose would swing away. And we're going to let Charlie Hustle, the all-time hits leader, swing away. Man at second, 1 out. Concepcion takes his lead. Stang peeks over his shoulder, now looks in at Gibson. Gibson sets a target. The pitch to Rose. That's a 2. And that's going to be a good result for the Reds. That's a 23. And that is a single. So Rose singles on the 23. That is a single to center. So Rose singles 23. Concepcion is a fast runner. He's going to try to score. He's going to try to score from second. Reggie Smith with an opportunity to throw him out. Smith with an average arm. He needs a 0 through 10. Here comes a throw by Reggie Smith. He got him! Reggie Smith guns out! Holy cow! Reggie Smith guns out. Concepcion at the plate. Russ Gibson blocked the plate, says none shall pass. He plants Concepcion in the ground in front of home plate. Concepcion never got through. No portion of his body tagged the plate. And the fans here go wild as Concepcion is out. 8-2, how do you do? What a throw by Reggie Smith, denying the Reds the first run of the game, and an RBI for Pete Rose. So 1 out, Rose at first on the 0-4. Wow! So 2 throws have denied runs in this game. Griffey's good throw prevented the tag up from Scott, and now Concepcion gunned down at the plate. Now I'll bring up Ken Griffey. 1 out, 1 on. The fans are abuzz. Stang hoping for the double play ball. The pitch to Ken Griffey. And that's a 5. That's going to be a 60. A 60 for Griffey. Ground ball to second. Runner at first. This should be a double play ball, and that should end the inning. And it will. 4-6-3, the side is retired. Andrews to Petrocelli, back to Scott, and the Fenway faithful rises 1, clapping and screaming with joy with the defensive effort put forth by their hometown club here in the top of the third. As we go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless here at Fenway. Wow, what defense by the Red Sox. So Griffey, double play. 4-6-3. Due up in the bottom of the third for the Red Sox, Gibson, Andrews, Foy, if anyone gets on, Yastrzemski. That was a huge defensive stand for the Red Sox. Robbie Wartburg, how you doing? Mike Jones, hope all is well. Thank you for joining us here for a little Friday evening baseball. Greatly appreciate your time. As our good friend Tabletop Sports Della says, go Red Sox. Remember, check out the fine content creators in the chat. Just punch their names in the YouTube search. Unfortunately, YouTube took away the ability to go directly to their channels. So you got to punch their names in. There's many fine creators in the chat. All right, Red Sox. Coming to the plate, Russ Gibson will face Don Gullett. Gullett so far 2 scoreless innings trying to close out Boston. Reds lead the series best of 7, 3-1. Boston trying to take it back to Cincinnati. So they must win to stay in. Gibson against left-handed pitching reaches safely 0 through 36. The windup and the pitch from Gullett. Gullett fires into Gibson. A 48. And that is going to be strike 3 looking. Painted the outside corner with the fastball. That's a 3rd strikeout for Gullett. Top of the order, Mike Andrews. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to 3rd. Here's the pitch to Mike Andrews. Gullett tosses up an 80. And Andrews swings. Fly ball to center. Geronimo coming in a bit. He makes the catch. 2 down. So Mike Andrews is 0 for 2. Mike Andrews did a lot of wonderful work for the Jimmy Fund. So 2 outs, base is empty for Joe Foy, Red Sox third baseman. He grounded to third. Bench sets the target. The pitch to Foy. Gullett tosses up an 80. Foy on the curve. Shallow fly ball. Center field coming in once again is Geronimo, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. We go to the top of the 4th. Still scoreless here in Boston. Due up for the Cincinnati Reds, Morgan, Bench, and Foster. Lee Stang back up on the bump. We have a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. If you're just joining us, the Red Sox failed to score on a fly ball to right when Scott could not tag up on a good throw by Griffey. And then the speedy Davy Concepcion was thrown out at the plate on a single to center by Rose. Reggie Smith fired a strike to Gibson, who planted Concepcion in front of the plate on None Shall Pass. So Stang on the bump. Here comes Joe Morgan. Morgan walked his first time up. Gibson goes through the signs. A quick nod of the head by Stang. The pitch to little Joe Morgan. 27. 27 is a single. So Morgan picks up a hit as he singles to right. He pulls the ball to right. Second time on base now. First time a walk. Now a single. He's 1 for 1. That'll bring up Johnny Bench, who was a strikeout victim when Stang was in trouble on the ropes, but got out of it. Al's using his brain to keep score and the scoreboard that he made. So here comes Johnny Bench. Red Sox hoping to turn 2 up the middle. You can see Andrews and Petrocelli pinch towards the middle. Double play depth. Stang looks to first. And now the pitch to Johnny Bench. That's a 5. That's not going to be a good result. That's a 16. And a 16 is a single. And that's a single to left. And Morgan, a fast runner, will go first to third. So here come the Reds. Bench is now 1 for 2. So first and third, no outs. Red Sox will play for 2. And here comes George Foster, the left fielder. Speak softly, carry a big boomstick. He flew out to Yastrzemski his first time up. Stang has a word with Gibson. Gibson back behind the plate. The pitch to Foster. That's a 4, and that's going to be a 48. A 48. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Stang with his second strikeout, and boy did he need that. As he's trying to bear down here, double play ball will get him out of this mess. Bench at first, Morgan at second, now 1 out. As Foster goes back to the bench, muttering to himself. Clinton Park's at the ballpark, hope ball as well. And here comes TP, Tony Perez. Perez grounded to first. He's 0 for 1. The pitch to Perez. Can the Red Sox get out of this mess? That's a 2. And that's a 63. They might just get the double play that they yearned for. Ground ball to short. Petrocelli goes to Andrews. A quick pivot and throw to Scott. Double play. What a job by the Red Sox defense again. That is a double play. 6 to 4 to 3. And the Red Sox get out of runners on the corners. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still scoreless here at Fenway. The Red Sox have to win to stay in. They trail in the series 3 games to 1. Again, the Red Sox faithful rise as one to salute the tremendous defensive effort by their hometown team, Boston Red Sox. Due up for Boston, the bottom of the 4th, Yastrzemski, Scott, Petrocelli. If anyone gets on, Tony C., Tony Canigliaro. So the Red Sox do it again. Stang wiggles out of it. Still the first 2 times through the order for Stang. He's a B-grade pitcher. Gullett, the first 2 times through the order, as we stated earlier, is an A grade. He actually gets stronger. He goes to A+. So here comes Yaz. Chris Anderson, how you doing, my friend? This is the Chris Anderson scoreboard. So Yastrzemski, 0 for 1. He struck out against Gullett. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch to Yaz. Can he give the hometown team a lead here with a bippity-boppity-boom? That's going to be a 74. Yastrzemski sends that a hard hit ball. Rose backhands it at third. Fires across the diamond to Perez. And Yaz is now 0 for 2. Todd B. How you doing, my friend? If you like, remember to smack the living snot out of that like button, share, and subscribe. Also, check out the wonderful content creators in the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. Here comes a boomer, George Scott. No official at bat. He walked and reached third base. He could not tag up on the great throw by Griffey. 1 out, no one on. The pitch to the boomer. Gullett tosses up a 78. Ground ball to Rose as he charges the bounding ball. Quick release, low throw to Perez. He scoops it out of the dirt. 2 down. Pete Rose has been quite stellar at third. 2 up, 2 down. Retired by Charlie Hustle. And here comes Rico Petrocelli. Petrocelli had a mighty swing in his first at-bat, but struck out. Petrocelli digs in the right-hander's batter's box. He awaits the Gullett offering. The pitch from Don Gullett. 38 to Rico Petrocelli. Swing and a miss. He chased the high heat. Petrocelli goes down via the K for the second time. We're through 4 here at Fenway, and we are still scoreless as Lee Stang and Don Gullett battle for supremacy. The Reds lead the series 3-1. The Red Sox must win to stay in. They want to take it back to WKRP in Cincinnati. Due up for the Reds, Dreesen, Geronimo, and Davey Concepcion to face Lee Stang. Stang has wiggled out of 2 big chances for the Reds. Here's Dreesen. Designated hitter, he grounded out to first. Gibson wiggles the fingers. Stang nods his head. He rocks and deals to Dan Dreesen. 6, and that's going to be a 9. That was a 19. And a 19 is a single. So Dreesen gets a hit. Infield. As that ball slowly hit to short. Dreesen is a moderate runner. He just beats out the throw from Petrocelli. Had he been a slow runner, he would have been out. So an infield hit for Dreesen on the 19. So an infield single. Petrocelli barking. He thought they got Dan Dreesen at first. So Dreesen's at first, and here comes Cesar Geronimo. The Red Sox get their bullpen up. So here's Geronimo. Geronimo grounded to second. He's 0 for 1. Dreesen takes a lead. Stang looks over. Scott holding him on. Now the pitch to Geronimo. 13 for Cesar, and that's going to be a single. So Geronimo on the 13. Singles to right as he pulls the fastball. It's an odd number. Dreesen is a moderate runner, and he'll go 90 feet and stop. So 2 singles, 2 men on, no outs, top of the 5th, and the Reds threaten again. Dreesen and Geronimo, both singles, and here comes Davey Concepcion. Red Sox bullpen goes into overtime now. So here's Davey Concepcion. Take care, Steve. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Hope all is well. Here's Davey Concepcion. Concepcion doubled but was thrown out at the plate on the Rose single by Reggie Smith. Now Davey has a chance to put the Reds ahead. No outs, 2 on. Red Sox hoping for another double play ball. They've gotten 2 of them off the arm of Lee Stang. Here's the pitch to Concepcion. That's a 3. That's a 61. 61. Hard hit ball to third. Foy is up with it. Ground ball to third. That's a 1. That's going to be another double play ball. 5 to 4 to 3. Unbelievable. Another double play ball off the bat of the Reds. Advancing to third is Dreesen. As the runner cannot hold, so we're going to say they went double play. So Dreesen advances to third. Geronimo is out. Concepcion bangs into the 5 to 4 to 3 double play. Third double play the Reds have banged into. And top of the order, Pete Rose. This is the third time through the lineup. And so Lee Stang's pitching grade will go from a B to a C. And this could be it for Lee Stang, even though he's pitched well. Rose is 2 for 2 off Stang, 2 singles. There's no tomorrow for the Red Sox. And his pitching grade drops to a C. Rose reaches safely 0 through 39. They're going to let Stang try to get through this inning. They're going to let Stang get through this inning. Randy Luxembourg, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us. 2 outs, Dreesen at third. Charlie Hustle trying to give the Reds a 1-0 lead. Lee Stang trying to wiggle out of again. He got the double play ball. Now he's got to get Rose, who's 2 for 2. Here's the pitch from Stang to Rose. That's a 4. That's a 30. It's derivative of 5. And would be a walk. First base is not occupied. But let's go. He becomes a C grade. And that's a single. And that's what we were worried about. So the walk turns into a single. And it's 1-0 Reds. That's what we were worried about. Had we brought in Ozinski, he is an A. A walk would have been a strikeout. So Rose is 3 for 3. Picks up an RBI, as he was denied one earlier. Dreesen trots in from third, and the Reds lead 1-0. So a clutch 2-out hit by Pete Rose. And I was going to bring in Ozinski. So Rose is at first, and here comes Ken Griffey Sr. Ozinski's ready to come in. As Kara Kolchak says, finally! I think he's talking about finally the Reds push one across. Stang looking for the third and final out. Griffey, left-handed batting right fielder, is 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, then banged into the first double play for the Reds. 4 to 6 to 3. I think that was a first. They banged into 3. That was the first one. Stang, he's ready to work. He deals to Ken Griffey. That's a 1. That's a 0-6, and this is going to be it for Lee Stang. So a 0-6 is a single. And that's a single to left, so Griffey goes the other way, sits back on the breaking pitch, and slaps the ball the other way, and it's a 0-6. Rose is a moderate runner with 2 outs. He's off on contact, and he goes first to third. So Rose goes first to third, gets a good read on that bloop to left, and Griffey's now 1 for 3. And that is it for Lee Stang. Fans give him polite applause as he nearly wiggled out of another one, but here comes Dan Ozinski. Ozinski, A-grade pitcher at home for 2 innings. So Ozinski gets the call, the first man out of the bullpen. And we'll go to the green pen. So Lee Stang pitched 4 2/3. He's given up 1 run. He's responsible for both runners on base. He's in line for the loss now, and here comes Dan Ozinski. Sparky Lyle gets up in the pen. as the Red Sox have to try to piece this one together. They've given up the run. Osinski, an A-grade pitcher. Had we brought him in initially, it'd still be a 0-0 game. But I tried to get one more out of Lee Stang because I figured that's what they would do. Here's Joe Morgan. 2 outs, 2 on, 1-0 Reds. Little Joe Morgan has walked and singled. He is 1 for 1. Osinski, a right-handed thrower. No automatic walks or strikeouts. He's ready, has a word with Gibson. Gibson back behind the plate. Now the pitch to Morgan. That's a 1. That's going to be a 98. And we didn't want to see that. 98. We got to go to a possible error check. We will roll all 3 dice. The red and white will determine the player. The blue, whether it's an error. And that's a 68 and a 5. So odds are it's an error with the Red Sox. So that's a 68. It's going to be the shortstop, Rico Petrocelli. And Petrocelli, one of the better fielders, is a error chance 4. That's a 5. He makes the diving stop, pops up, throws to first, and the side is retired. What a play by Petrocelli, robbing Morgan of a hit and an RBI. Again, the Fenway faithful rise for the tremendous defensive effort by the hometown team. But the Reds score first, as I forgot to mark 1 there. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cincinnati 1, Boston nothing. Due up for Boston, Canigliaro, Harrelson, and Reggie Smith. So that was huge. It keeps the game a 1-run deficit. There's a lot of 5 error chances for the Red Sox, but Petrocelli's not one of them. He is a 4, and we lucked out there. Foy's a 3. So we lucked out there if you're a Red Sox fan. Our good friend Anthony Crooks, the developer of Glory Days Boxing, is in the chat. Bleacher Bums Gaming. Check out that wonderful channel. Of course, check out Glory Days Boxing on SidelineStrategies.com. Wonderful card and dice boxing game. All right, so Gullett back up on the mound with a 1-run lead. He'll face Canigliaro. Canigliaro's 1 for 1. Can Canigliaro tie it up with one mighty swing of the bat? As Carl Kolchak says, the Sox escaped. They sure did. Here's the pitch from Gullett to Tony C. That is a 4. That's a 20. No, I'm sorry. That's a 45. Excuse me, 45. That's a 45 left-handed pitcher. That's a strikeout. He is still the first 2 times through the lineup. He stays in A grade. A strikeout is a strikeout, and that's a 4th strikeout for Gullett. Sparky Anderson has gone to Gullett, the Game 1 winner, to close out the Sox here in Game 5 of the series. Reds lead 3-1. So that's 1 out. Here comes the Hawk, Ken the Hawk Harrelson. 0 for 1. He flew out to Griffey and right. Harrelson awaits the Gullett offering. He doesn't have to wait long. Pitch homeward bound from Don Gullett. Gullett's going to challenge him. That's a 4, so that's going to be a 43. And a 43, big swing and a miss. So back-to-back Ks. Gullett has now rung up 6 Red Sox. 6 Ks for Don Gullett as he's become the K King. 2 outs, base is empty for Reggie Smith. Smith grounded to second. Switch hitter batting righty. Bench wiggles the fingers. Sets the target. The pitch to Reggie Smith. That's a 5. That's going to be a 95. That will end the inning as Reggie Smith lifts the ball to left, going back in front of the track. And the wall is rose. He makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, go the Red Sox. Don Gullett continues to whirl a wonderful game. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Reds due up. Bench Foster and Perez to face Dan Osinski. So Lee Stang only gave up the 1 run, and it was earned, but he's in line for the loss, and he struck out 2. Osinski starts another inning of work. He got the final out in the top of the 5th when Petrocelli made the diving stop to rob Morgan of a hit and a ribby. 1-0 Reds as we go to the top of the 6th. So it's Bench, Foster, and Perez to face the right-handed throwing Dan Osinski. There's no tomorrow for the Red Sox. Bench 1 for 2. He struck out and singled. Here's the windup and the pitch from Osinski to the Hall of Famer Johnny Bench. That's a 1. That's going to be an 82 righty-righty matchup. Fly ball to Canigliaro on right. He'll make the catch. 1 down. Here's George Foster. Speak softly, carry a big boomstick. He's grounded to first and banged into... he has flown to left and struck out. He was 0 for 2 against Stang. Let's see how he does against Osinski. The windup and the pitch to Foster. Osinski fires in a 98. A 98 will be another error check. That's always frightening for the Red Sox. We roll all 3 die. That's a 45 and a 3. Odds are this is an error, folks. 45. That ball's hit the third. Foy, a competent fielder, but his error chance is a 3 and under, and Foy boots the ball. So Foster reaches as the ball ticks off Foy's glove and goes into foul territory, races to get it. Foster stays at first. So an E5 for Foy, and Foster's on. 1 out, no one on. That'll bring up the power-hitting first baseman, Tony Perez. Tony Perez. TP is 0 for 2. He's grounded to first and banged into a double play. Osinski will try to get a double play ball here. Petrocelli and Andrews go to double play depth. Osinski nods his head. Gibson sets the target. The pitch to Perez. 1-0 Reds. Top of the 6th. That's going to be a 35. It's derivative of 5. So a 35 is another possible error check, which sucks. And that becomes... it stays an error check. So we roll for the error check once again. That is a 19 and a 2. It's going to be an error. 19. First base, Scott. Scott's fielding error chance is a 5. So that's another error. So back-to-back errors. Red Sox should be out of the inning. Foy and Scott. And now it's first and second with 1 out. And the Red Sox fans are shaking their heads. They should be out of the inning. Instead, the designated hitter Dan Dreesen strides the plate, digs into that left-hander's batter's box, ready to grip and rip and put some nails into the Red Sox coffin. Remember, the Red Sox must win to stay in. The Reds lead the series 3-1, Game 5 here at Fenway. Osinski takes a deep breath. A bead of sweat from his brow. The pitch to Dan Dreesen. That's a 5. That's going to be a 53. He needs a double play in the worst way. Ground ball to Scott at first. 53. They will not turn 2. They get the middle runner. But beating out the double play ball is Dreesen. He got a few extra steps from that left-hander's batter's box. So Foster advances to third. Perez is out at second. And Dreesen reaches on the fielder's choice, 6-3. So there are 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Perez is at third. No, I'm sorry. Foster is at third. Perez is out. Dreesen is at first. And here comes Cesar Geronimo. 1-0. Red Sox have made 2 errors in this inning. They try to keep it a 1-run deficit, and here's Cesar Geronimo. Geronimo, 1 for 2. He's grounded to second and singled. Osinski's ready to work the leg kick and the pitch to Cesar Geronimo. Will he bail out the Red Sox? That's a 4. Geronimo, that's a 27. That's a walk. First base is occupied, so it is not a walk. as Ozinski's an A-grade pitcher. 2 balls, no strikes. Foster at third, Dreesen at first. Gibson pounds the mitt, sets the target, imploring Ozinski to hit it. The pitch once again to Geronimo. 3, red, 49, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. What a job by Ozinski. He wiggles out of 2 errors, and again the Fenway faithful clap. Unbelievable. Red Sox commit 2 errors, but Ozinski bails them out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Reds still lead 1-0. What a ball game here. I should have brought in Ozinski 1 batter earlier, and it still would be no score. So Ozinski's now gone an inning and a third. He can go 2 more outs, and then he's got to come out per the rules of Pine Tar Baseball. I don't know what the exact rules are for a reliever, how long you can keep him in, and I really don't want to look it up right now because we're in a good rhythm. So if Kurt Berglund's still in the chat, can you keep a reliever in if he's cruising for an extra inning? All right, so Lyle continues to warm in the Red Sox bullpen, and it's still the first 2 times through the lineup for Gullett. He actually gets stronger. He becomes an A-plus pitcher. He's an A pitcher now after he faces Russ Gibson. He'll be an A+, so it'll be Gibson, Andrews, and Foy. Gibson's a strikeout victim. Gullett works quickly to the Red Sox catcher, Gibson. That's a 5, so that's going to be a 49, and a 49 is a ground ball. No, it's a strikeout. Excuse me, that is a strikeout. Another K for Russ Gibson as you look on the left-handed pitcher side. So Gibson Ks, and that is strikeout number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strikeout number 7. Gibson 0 for 2. Been retired via the K both times. Yes, Kurt is the developer of these teams along with James Forno, who owns the game. Wonderful, wonderful folks. Top of the order. Gullett becomes an A-plus pitcher. Mike Andrews digs in. The second baseman's 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and flown out. 1-0 Reds. Bottom of the 6th. Gullett looks in at bench. Here's the pitch to Mike Andrews. That's a 5. That's going to be a 54. And a 54 ground ball to Perez. Perez tosses the ball to Gullett, who covers the bag. 2 down. Andrews now 0 for 3. The Red Sox, with each out, become closer to elimination. Chris Anderson says, leave him in. He's cruising. I think we should play 1 more inning with him. Lyle's ready. So here comes Joe Foy. Foy made an error, but Ozinski bailed him out, along with Scott, who also made an error. Foy's 0 for 2. And just like Andrews, he's grounded to third and flown out to Geronimo in center. Here's the pitch to Joe Foy, Red Sox third baseman. That's a 3. That's an 88. So that's going to be a defense check, moderate, a defense check, as that's a defense mod. 88, Foy would hit the ball to left field. Flip the chart. 88, positive or neutral. Rose will make the play. Rose racing in, sinking line drive. He's a neutral fielder. He makes the diving catch, and the side. Rose is not in left, excuse me. He's at third. Foster makes the diving catch. He's a neutral fielder, and the side is retired. So George Foster makes a great play in left. The Red Sox go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 7th. 1-0 Reds. As time is running short on the Boston Red Sox of 1967. As Foster gets high fives and hugs in the dugout. Sparky Anderson, big smile on his face. Dan Ozinski back up on the mound. He can go 2 outs. We might extend it to 3 as he's cruising along. He will face Concepcion at the top of the order, Rose, who's 3 for 3, and Griffey. So here's Davey Concepcion. He is doubled, was thrown out at the plate by Reggie Smith on the Rose single, and then banged into a double play, 1-for-2. Ozinski readies himself, the leg kick and the pitch to Concepcion, righty-righty matchup. That's a 2. And as I say that, that's a 0-5. It's a derivative of 5. So Concepcion, 0-5 is a single and an A-grade pitcher. I believe that will be either a walk or a strikeout. It is a walk, so no single, but Concepcion does reach on ball 4. Lyle is getting ready. So that's a walk. Concepcion's at first. Here comes Pete Rose. Rose 3-for-3, and he has the only ribby in the game. Red Sox hoping to turn another double play here. Rose, switch hitter, batting lefty. Ozinski looks to first. Concepcion's a fast runner. Now the pitch to Rose. That's a 1. That's going to be a 49. A 49 to Rose. Ground ball to first. Scott to Petrocelli to Scott. Double play. The Red Sox induce another double play ball, and that goes 3-6-3. Concepcion's erased. There are 2 outs. Base is empty. And what we're going to do is we're going to let Ozinski finish this inning as he is cruising along, and then he is done. That's the way we're calling it. I don't want to look up the rules right now because I've never had this situation. But he's gone 2. We're going to let him go 2 1/3. We're going to let him go 2 1/3. Here comes Ken Griffey, senior. He's 1-for-3. He has reached on a fielder's choice, banged into a double play, and singled. Base is empty. 2 outs. Gibson goes through the signs. A quick nod of the head from Ozinski. He rocks and deals to Griffey. That's a 4, and that's going to be a 35. That's a derivative of 5. So a 35 is a walk, and that turns into a strikeout, and the side is retired. We should have brought in Ozinski when I wanted to, and it'd still be a 0-0 game. But the Red Sox still have to try to score, so Ozinski does a great job after the walk, gets a double play ball and the strikeout, and he is done now. Lyle will be coming in. So Ozinski is done, and if they go to Cincinnati, he will be eligible because there's 1 day of rest in between. So that is it. Griffey strikes out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 Cincinnati. Due up for the Red Sox, trailing by 1. Yastrzemski, Scott, and Petrocelli. Gullett, who can go 7 innings, but he's cruising along, can go the extra 2 if he does not give up a run. And Sparky Lyle comes trotting in from the bullpen to the bench. He's ready to rock and roll. So Sparky Lyle is ready for the final 2 innings of this game. Will the Red Sox advance or they stay home? Bob Z! Check out that wonderful channel, Sportsman Z. Thank you for joining us here. And we'll just write Sparky in before we start. Sparky Lyle. 1-0 Reds. Gullett back up on the mound. He's thrown 6 shutout innings. He has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He faces Yastrzemski, Scott, and Petrocelli. 3rd time through the lineup, he actually gets stronger. He's an A+. Yaz has struck out and grounded to 3rd. Lefty-lefty matchup. Looking for that 1967 Triple Crown magic. Here's the pitch to Captain Carl from Don Gullett. That's a 4. That's not going to get it done. It's a 79. Yastrzemski swings, sends the ball to right field. Geronimo going back, reaches up, makes the catch, and Yaz is 0-for-3. As a groan comes from the Fenway faithful, each out puts another nail in their coffin of elimination. Now bring up the boomer, George Scott. He's 0-for-1. He has walked and grounded to Rose at 3rd. Scott pinwheels the bat. Digs in the right-hander's batter's box, ready to grip and rip. Gullett picks up the sign from bench. The pitch to the boomer. That's an 80. Scott swings, sends it out to right field. Griffey moving towards the corner, makes the catch, 2 away. So 2 flyouts to Griffey. I might have said the wrong fielder on the Yastrzemski at bat. Base is empty for Rico Petrocelli. Petrocelli has home run swings 0 through 6. Can Rico Petrocelli, who has struck out twice against Gullick, get his revenge, send it on the Mass Turnpike going west, and tie this game at 1? Fenway faithful clapping here in the bottom of the 7th. They're on their feet, chanting Rico, Rico, Rico. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. It's a 4-73. Petrocelli. Ground ball to Concepcion. He backhands it, fires to Perez, and the side is retired. Good news for Rico. He makes contact. Bad news, it's the 3rd out. We're through 7 here at Fenway, and it's still 1-0 Reds. Reds 6 outs away from eliminating the 67 Red Sox in the best of 7. And Sparky Lyle is now on the bump for Boston to keep it a 1-run deficit and give the Red Sox hope. Lyle, left-handed thrower, has automatic strikeouts 55 through 60 and 77. Lyle will face Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench, and George Foster. 1-0 Reds. Top of the 8th. Little Joe Morgan has walked, singled, and grounded to short. He is 1 for 2. Lefty-lefty matchup. Morgan reaches safely against left-handed pitching 0 through 41. Lyle is ready. He deals to Morgan. That's a 3. That's awful. That's a 0-9. 0-9. That is a single. So Morgan slashes a single to center. Returned to sender as he jumps all over the slider that pretty much stayed flat. So Morgan singles to center, and he has a chance to steal here, and we might use that. He is an A stolen base opportunity 4 times per series, as we change that rule from 2. Morgan reaches safely. He's an 86 stolen base chance. Gibson has a -9 arm. 86 -9. 77% chance. Morgan's going to go. We're going to roll the red and white die. There goes Morgan. Here's the throw down, and he is safe on the 43. So little Joe Morgan steals second base. He's in scoring position for George Foster as the throw was late. Morgan at second. And here's Johnny Bench. Bench can try to give the Reds a 2-0 lead. Lyle peeks behind him. Now he rocks and deals to Bench. That's a 6. That's going to be an 84. An 84 against a left-handed pitcher. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Reggie Smith will make the catch. Only a 25% chance of Morgan tagging, going to third. He will hold. So Bench is now 1 for 4. So 1 out. Morgan still at second. Here comes Tony Perez. On deck is Dan Dreesen. Perez 0 through 35. Dreesen 0 through 34. They're going to pitch to Perez for go the double play attempt if they walk him. Morgan takes his lead. Lyle, a deep breath, the windup and the pitch to Perez. That is a 5. That's a 38 to Perez. Swing and a miss. They get Tony Perez. A slider of death works that time. As against lefties, 38 is a strikeout, 38 through 63. The Red Sox 1 out away from keeping it a 1-run deficit. And now bring up Speak Softly, carry a big boomstick, George Foster. Foster Oh, nuts. Foster, that was, hold on. Perez, that Foster comes before Perez. 38, still a strikeout. He still strikes out. So Foster strikes out. Pardon me for that. The cards got mixed up. Foster strikes out. Now Perez comes up. Perez is 0 for 3. He did reach on the error by Scott. He's grounded to first, and he's banged into a double play. So Foster struck out. It was still a strikeout. That didn't change anything. And here comes Tony Perez. 2 outs. Morgan will be off on contact. It's going to be tough to throw out the Speedy Joe Morgan at the plate. Now here's Perez. Dreesen on deck. We've already seen that. Perez digs in, ready to grip and rip. Gibson sets the target. The pitch to TP. Lyle. That's a 33. What will it be? We shall see. 33 is a walk. But B-grade pitcher, but first base is not occupied. So they pitch carefully to Perez. He walks. First and second, 2 outs. And now they'll go lefty-lefty. And here's Dan Dreesen. Still against lefties, he reaches 0. Oh, only 0 through 23. My faux pas. So now the Reds is going to go to Merv Redeman to pinch hit. Or is it Terry? No, Terry Crowley's a lefty. Merv Redeman, 0 through 41, grabs a bat, and he'll stay in to be the designated hitter. So Merv Redeman, they go to the bench. Dan Dreesen's day is done. 1-0 Reds. They're looking to tack on a huge insurance run with 2 outs and a runner at first and second here in the top of the 8th. 1-0 Reds, and Merv Redeman steps to the plate. And let's just write Redeman's name in. As he will pinch hit and stay in to DH. Redeman is a moderate runner, as with Dreesen. So Sparky Anderson goes to the bench looking for some insurance. 1-0 Reds. Lyle has a word with Gibson. Gibson back behind the plate. Sets the target. The pitch to Redeman. 2 outs, 2 on. 1-0 Reds. That's a 2. That's a 98. A 98 will be oh God, another error check on the Red Sox. This is going to be awful. We need a high blue roll. A high blue roll. And this will be an error no matter what. That is a 12. A 12 is a play for Scott. He's going to commit his second error. And with 2 outs, runners advance 2 bases. And that probably is the final nails in these coffin. The inning should be over. It's a 2-base error on Scott. The ball goes off his glove down the right field line. So it's an E3 2-base error. The runners advance 2 bases, but I would think that Redeman advances 2 bases also. So Morgan scores from second. It's 2-0. Perez goes first to third. Let me reread this. With 2 outs, base runners advance 2 bases. So Redeman, because they were off on contact, he stays at first. And it's 2-0. So Morgan scores. Perez is at third. Another error by Scott, who will be wearing the goat's horns. And here comes Cesar Geronimo. Red Sox should have been out of the inning. But instead, another error by Scott. 3 errors by the Red Sox will prove very costly. Geronimo trying to knock in another run. Cesar Geronimo, 1 for 3. He's grounded to second, singled, and struck out. Here's a pitch from Lyle to Geronimo. That's a 6. That's a 36. 36. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. But the Reds get another one, aided by the Scott error. And Cincinnati, as I forgot to pair, we should have punched that in already, are now up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. This is a Chris Anderson scoreboard. So say hello to Chris Anderson in the chat. That is a killer. That's an unearned run. So Azinski went 2 1/3. Gave up no runs. Lyle will give up a run, but it's unearned. Redeman stays in as the DH, so that's going to be Perez, Redeman, and then Geronimo made the last out via the K. But the Reds, 6 outs away from winning the best of 7. We will resume the Yankees of 76 versus the Dodgers of 65 very shortly, as the Dodgers are on the verge of elimination. So Gullett, now with a 2-run lead, will face Canigliaro, Harrison, and Smith. Gullett has struck out 7 through 7, giving up no runs. Here's Tony Canigliaro. He's singled and struck out. Gullett's ready to work. He deals to Tony C., the Massachusetts native. That's a 6. That's going to be a 92. A 92 is a fly ball to left. Canigliaro gets under it. Foster waits for it. He makes the catch. 1 down. So Gullett continues to spin the wheel of magic. Gullett just continues to mow down the Red Sox. 1 out, base is empty for Ken the Hawk Harrelson. Harrelson has flown to Griffey and right and struck out. Is it Hawk time? We shall see. Bench sets the target. The pitch to Harrelson. Gullett fires in. A 0-6. And that is a double. So Harrelson laces a shot to right center field, splitting Geronimo and Griffey. And the Hawk has a double on the 0-6. So Harrelson doubles. That will bring Reggie Smith to the plate with a chance to tie it. The Reds get some bullpen action up. Remember, Gullett's an A-plus pitcher. You can't get any better than that. Here's Reggie Smith. Smith has grounded to second and flown out to Foster and left. He's also thrown out a Reds runner at the plate. That was Davey Concepcion. Harrelson takes his lead. Gullett looks over his shoulder, now in at bench. He nods his head. The leg kick and the pitch to Reggie Smith. That's a 5. That's a 0-6. Here come the Red Sox. And that's a double. Back-to-back doubles produce fruit. Harrelson comes racing around. And it is 2-1. It is 2-1 as the crowd claps and screams their approval. This will be the last inning for Gullett. He will not be able to go the distance, as he only gets the 1 extra inning. Tying run at second. Will they stick with Gullett? Harrelson scored. Again, Gullett, an A-plus pitcher. Here comes Russ Gibson. Probably pinch hit for Gibson. McEnany is a lefty like Gullett. He's only an A. They're going to stick with Gullett to try to get through the 8th, as he's an A+, which is better than an A. This will be his last inning of work, though, unless he gives up a gazillion runs. And that's it for Russ Gibson. Gibson has struck out twice against Gullett. 1 out, tying run at second. Smith, who just doubled in Harrelson and back-to-back doubles. And the Red Sox go to their bench. And who will be coming in the game? It will not be Dalton Jones, as that's a horrible lefty-lefty matchup. It's going to be Jerry Adair. Jerry Adair to pinch hit for Russ Gibson. And then Mike Ryan will come in to do the catching. So Jerry Adair has grabbed a bat. He gets the call from Dick Williams. Russ Gibson's day is done. It is 2-1 Reds. 1 out, tying run to speedy Reggie Smith. At second, Jerry Adair. Ryan will be ready to come in as the catcher. So Jerry Adair swinging the bat in the on-deck circle. He's ready to come in now. Here's the pinch hitter, Adair. Adair, right-handed batter against lefties, reaches 0 through 31. Adair would come over from the Orioles in 67, I do believe. All right, so it's Jerry Adair. They're not going to walk the go-ahead run at first, that's for sure. Back-to-back doubles from Harrelson and Smith give the Red Sox their first run of the game, and let's mark that. It's 2-1. 1 out. Smith is at second. He's the tying run. Adair's at the plate. He's the go-ahead run. Gibson lifted for the pinch hitter. He was 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Gullett's ready. Here's the pitch to Jerry Adair. That's a 3. That's a 57. Ground ball to back to the pitcher. 57. Ground ball back to the pitcher. He goes to first, holding at second. No run around first. Ground ball back to the pitcher. I say the runner holds at second, as he would get gunned out at third. So there's 2 outs now, so Jerry Adair hits a hard one hopper. Adair hits a hard one hopper back to Gullett. That's 1-3. So there's 2 outs. Reggie Smith will be off on contact. Top of the order, Mike Andrews. He's 0 for 3. Boy, would he like to break out through. Tying run at second. Gullett up 2-1. This will be his last inning of work. Mike Andrews has grounded to third, flown out to center, and grounded to first. Gullett again peeks over his shoulder. Smith takes his lead. Looks in at the plate now. Bench sets a target. The pitch to Mike Andrews. That's a 2. That is a 51. Ground ball. First base. Perez backhands it. Tosses to Gullett, who steps on the bag. And the side is retired. Andrews disgusted with himself. He is now 0 for 4. The Red Sox score 1. But they strand the tying run. The speedy Reggie Smith at second. We go to the top of the 9th. 2-1 Cincinnati. How big was it that Scott was not able to tag up now on the fly ball by Smith way back when? Oh, the fly ball by Harrelson, excuse me. The fly ball by Harrelson. All right, so Adair is out. He's a pinch hitter. Gibson, he pinch hit for Gibson. So Ryan comes in the game. And now we have to mark that down. Ryan will do the catching. That's Mike Ryan. His error chance is a 5, so that is poorer than Gibson. His arm is poorer, so we go from a -9 to a -3, and he still runs like he's in mud, just like Gibson. Andrews made the final out. Top of the 9th. What a game here. 2-1 Cincinnati. The Reds win. It's all over. 4-1. These are the 75 Reds versus the 67 Red Sox. Great teams league. Pine Tar baseball, card and dice. So Sparky Lyle trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. Top of the 9th will face Concepcion, Rose, and Griffey. Davey Concepcion is doubled. Banged into a double plate and walk. He's 1 for 2. Concepcion was thrown out at the plate by Reggie Smith. Lyle's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Concepcion. That's a 4. That's an 11. So it's going to be a defense check. Defense modifier. That's the right terminology. So an 11. Let's flip the chart and go to the defense modifier. And let's roll to see where the ball is hit. That's a 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. A 66 is a ball hit to the shortstop Petrocelli. Petrocelli needs to be a positive fielder. He is not. He is a neutral fielder, and that is a single. So let me make sure I read this right. Positive fielder robs the hit. Neutral and negative fielder. So that's a single to center past the dive of Petrocelli. And the Reds put a big insurance run at first in the speedy Davy Concepcion. So Concepcion is at first. He is a fast runner. He's going to steal. He has an A stolen base opportunity. -3. So it's going to be an 80% chance. There he goes. There's a throw down, and he is safe by a mile. Bad throw. Smothered by Petrocelli. So Concepcion steals second. Rose at the plate. Rose is 3 for 4. He's knocked in a run. No outs. Should he bunt him over? They say no. Rose is going to hit. All-time hits leader. Raleigh Eastwick. Carl Kolchak's calling for Raleigh Eastwick. We'll see. Here's the pitch to Rose. Man at second. No outs. That's a 2. That's a 67. Left-handed pitcher, 67. That's a fly ball to right. Making the catch is Canigliere. Rose is retired. Concepcion, if he tags 45 and under, he's safe. Anything above, he holds, unless it is a 77, 88, or 99. Here's a throw from Tony Canigliere. That's a 64, so he holds. Tony Canigliere with a strong throw. And Concepcion holds at second. 1 out. And here's Ken Griffey. Lefty-lefty matchup. Griffey reaches safely 0 through 34. Lyle looks to second. Now in at the plate. Setting the target is Ryan. The pitch to Ken Griffey Sr. That's a 3. That's an 83. Griffey swings the bat. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Smith is there. He makes the catch. 25 and under for Concepcion to make it safely. And again, anything above he holds. Unless it's a 77, 88, or 99. He's going to try to tag again. And it's a 41, so he holds. So there's 2 outs. Concepcion will be off on contact. He's a fast runner. Now it's little Joe Morgan. Lefty-lefty matchup. Morgan looking to knock in a run. Morgan has walked, singled, robbed on a great play by Petrocelli at short. Singled and scored the second run on the error by Scott. He's also stolen a base, so he is 2 for 3. Can little Joe Morgan give the Reds a 3-1 lead or more? 2-1 Cincinnati. 2 outs. Top of the 9th. They win. The Red Sox are done. The pitch from Lyle to Morgan. That is a 1. That is a 63. 63. Ground ball. Andrews knocks it down at second. Picks it up. Throws to Scott. And the side is retired. The single to lead off the inning and stolen base do not produce fruit. Lyle pitches out of it. He's gone 2 innings now. The Red Sox need 1 to tie and 2 to win to stay in. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Fenway in a thriller. 2-1. The 75 Reds over the 67 Red Sox. So Concepcion, I'll put these here. Morgan made the out. And now, who will come in? Carl Kolchak calling for Raleigh Eastwick. But, again, we're going to have to look at the pitching grades. The better matchup is Will McEnany, as he's an A on the road. We'll give you I don't think Raleigh Eastwick is eligible. He pitched 2 innings last game. Let's just check that. I don't think Eastwick is eligible. I think we have to double check that. Nope, Eastwick cannot pitch in Game 5, as he pitched 2 innings to close out Game 4. So Eastwick is not eligible, per the rules of Pine Tar Baseball. And they will put the final 3 outs in the hands of Will McEnany. McEnany's a lefty. They go to another lefty, and he is an A-grade pitcher on the road. So it's not a bad job with McEnany coming in the game. So here comes Will McEnany, looking for the save and the series victory. So it is McEnany. And he will face, here in the bottom of the ninth, Foy, Yastrzemski, and Scott. Joe Foy is 0 for 3. He's grounded to Rose at third, flown out to Cesar Geronimo in center, and then on a great diving catch by Foster, robbed of extra bases in left. McEnany looking to nail it down here. The final nails in the Red Sox coffin or miraculous comeback. Reds lead 2-1, bottom of the ninth. The pitch to Joe Foy. That is a 1. That is a 40 to Joe Foy. And that is a swing and a miss. And a 40, and an A pitcher stays a strikeout. The Reds 2 outs away from victory. The Red Sox 2 outs away from elimination. Here's Carl Yastrzemski, yet again facing a left-handed pitcher from the Reds. He is 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded to third, and flew out to Griffey in right. Yaz, Triple Crown winner, looking for that Triple Crown magic of 67. He awaits the McEnany offering. Bench sets the target. The pinch to Carl Yastrzemski. That is a 4. It is a 71. Yaz, ground ball to Concepcion at short. He's up with it. He throws to Perez. 2 down. The Reds up on the top step here at Fenway in the dugout. They are 1 out away from defeating the 67 Red Sox 4-1. And it is a costly errors by George the Boomer Scott. And it is Scott at the plate. Scott has made 2 errors. The second one led to the second run of the game, and thus the Reds lead 2-1. Scott has struggled. He has walked, grounded to third, and flown to right. Can Scott get it to Petrocelli? Petrocelli on deck. McEnany nods his head, takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The leg kick and the pitch to George, the Boomer Scott. That is a 1. That is a 35. It's derivative of 5. And that is a walk. But, this is why you bring in an A grade or better pitcher. A walk. Strike 3. Because he's an A-grade pitcher, ball game over. So Scott complaining about the call, but they're not changing, and it. McEnany gets the save. He strikes out 2 out of 3. The Red Sox lose a heartbreaker. They lose the series 4-1. The win goes to Don Gullett. The save goes to McEnany, and the tough luck loss goes to Lee Stang. Stang's a losing pitcher. He went 4 2/3. Then they went to Ozinski for 2 1/3 and Lyle for 2. The Red Sox pitching kept him in the game. The Red Sox offense couldn't do it. Remember, it goes back to Scott not being able to tag up on a fly ball and the good throw by Griffey. So there you have it. A great game. The Reds win 2-1. They take the series 4-1. This is Pine Tar Baseball, the Great Teams League, brought to you by Kurt Berglund and James Forno. As I will read the chat over on the replay, and I hope everyone enjoyed it and was cordial to one another. All right, there you have it. And we did it in an hour 28. The Reds take the series 4-1. That was a fun game. The Red Sox offense just never could get going in this series. Once again, Gullett 2-0 in this series. McEnany was very tough in this series. He picks up the save. Lee Stang, tough luck loser. So there you have it. Thank you very much. Till next time, health and happiness. We'll get through this coronavirus together. Be smart, be safe. Love you all. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace! Check out all the other wonderful content creators in the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. Reds win 2-1, take this best-of-7 series 4-1. So the 75 Reds over the 67 Red Sox.